Still scoring like Mo Salah, but you won't see me on the wing. Oh, that's your girl I didn't know, brother. She was really trying to get it in. She was trying to give me blows, whoa, I didn't even say a thing. I don't force girls, I get girl force. Shorty blowing like the wind. Still winning, man, I can't lose. Had to hit him with a part two. Pretty girls, let me touch it, you got no touch, Lukaku. I finesse it, ain't hard to. I just R1 and then R2. I can run through if I want to, like a through ball, I just pass through.
Alright guys, welcome back to the relegation battle. Rather than cover with everything we've missed, we'll just go straight into what's happening now. Place on the start is Tom. Transfer window is done. You managed to sign Bergwijn before it ended. Couldn't get in a striker, but are you happy with how everything's gone? Beating City as well, of course.
What do you want me to start on the transfers? Transfer-wise, I wanted a striker. I think it's a bit ridiculous how every year we can't get a striker. I don't understand. A lot of people say, oh yeah, but who's going to come and sit on the bench for Kane? I mean, no, yeah, all right, world-class strikers ain't going to, but you give a young striker out there, like a Moussa Dembele or anyone, that's just off the top of my head. They will come because it's like, who wouldn't want to learn off one of the best strikers in the world? So I can't believe we didn't get a striker, but the Bergwijn signing I did like because it just came out of nowhere and that got done so quick. Gedson, yeah, that one's just like it was a good signing just for the fact Sissoko's injured. Whether it'll be a good signing long term, we'll have to see. Cause I don't know.
And what are your thoughts on that? Performance against City is a weird
City,
game, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I thought we played well. Obviously, we don't like to play that style of football, but defensively, well, we've been bad as well. I thought we actually played quite well. Okay, we made a couple of mistakes, but I feel like I was quite content with our defensive display. But I don't really like that style of football. I don't mind it against City because they're going to attack you, but when it came to the Southampton game recently, like yesterday, they had like 15 or 20% more possession than us, which is bad. Like, we're sitting back too much. We're just not getting over the ball. Like, when it comes to City, I don't mind it, but it's almost like we're playing a tactic where we'll just sit back and then wait for them to make a mistake, even instead of us getting the ball and just taking control of the game, because that just makes our chances of winning the game less if we're waiting for them to make a mistake because it's in their hands.
Yeah. But I think the last episode, maybe when we did this, Poch was still in charge. You asked, your preference was get rid of Poch and get Mourinho in. That has happened. What do you think of his Tottenham career so far?
I mean, it's hard to say. A lot of people. I still do think. Obviously, I wish Poch could have stayed in a way, but the results weren't happening, and then you can't get rid of loads of players. The thing is about Mourinho, everyone's going to slack him, but you cannot say that he's not the right man for the job because we're getting slated for not winning trophies, but this is a man who does not stop winning trophies. Every club he's been at, he's won trophies. Pochettino has never won a trophy as a manager or a player. This guy's a winner, so it had to be done. Everyone's moaning about how the way he plays, but to be fair, he's only recently been doing it. But since he's been here, it's not like when he was at Man United, he set up counter-attack. He has tried to press, and it's going to be hot. I'm not going to judge him on this season because it's not his players. We have to judge him next season. If he gets us top 4 this season, that's going to feel like a trophy in my eyes. Just because if you would have asked me this like 2-3 months ago, or even now, I'd say you're mental if you think we're getting top 4 because it was just so like out of the question.
And then someone who's done well in more recent weeks for you is Tanganga. Obviously playing in the defence. What do you make of his impact?
I think he's brilliant. I think we played him in centre back, right back, left back. Even though he's a centre back, it's like he can play any position with like defensive wise. Like he's got pace, he's strong, young, and it's like he actually wants to play for the club. I love the tongue and everything, but I just think he has to go. He's just not great no more, and it's time to give Tanganga the chance, which he's doing because he brought him in against Liverpool, and straight away he made a goal line clearance, and he played brilliant. Although he didn't get man of the match overall, he would have, if it was a Tottenham player, he would have got it. Every game he's been like up for question for man of the match for us, so he's quite exciting.
Do you think he's an outside contender for the Euros for the England squad, or do you think it's too early? If he continues like this, of course.
Yeah, but you know what though? I've always said our England squad needs to be better in defence. So it is how do I want to put it? It's a good thing because then it shows we got prospects coming up. We got also Twanzebe and the likes of them, but it would be too soon. You cannot throw him in, not yet.
Jack, you were shaking your head at the Tanganga prospect. Do you think England's defence is just sorted now and it's way too early for him for the Euros?
It's sorted, but not a good sorted because our defence. Everyone is English knows our defence is. Our defence is poor.
Yeah.
But it's way too early. He's played a handful of games. I know there's still 20 or 13 games in the Premier League left, so a few more with the cups. It's way too early to bring him into for the Euros.
I mean, right now it seems like England's main problem is up front because it seems like I think Mourinho said Kane's likely to play the last 2 games of the season. Rashford's going to be out for a while. We always have the international break coming up fairly soon. Do you think Ings, Calvert-Lewin, those guys should get a chance maybe to play up top in that position?
Well, they should definitely get considered. Yeah, because Calvert-Lewin, especially, I know they've got Carlo Ancelotti, but when Duncan Ferguson came in, he was banging in the goals, left, right, and centre. So I think they would be qualifiers, but like the league's coming up, they should definitely get picked for that just to see how they do. There's no harm. So people like Dax needs to get called up. I think Calvert-Lewin should get called up. So they need to be given a chance.
Yeah. Tom, say if Kane does only play the last 2 games of the season, I'd say he maybe gets 1 goal in the last 2 games or something. Do you think he should still start the Euros?
I think he should start the Euros even. I'll start. You said start. Okay, that's good. I mean, he's going to be in the squad no matter what.
Yeah, as captain, you would expect it.
And then even if he didn't put Kane in, he'd probably get the sack, and there'll just be so much criticism just because our one world-class player, our best player, and our captain, and he's not there. If he plays the last couple of games, even if he didn't score, I'd still start him because we know what he's about. Like it's not like he's only done it for like 1 season. We know he's our best goal scorer, so it'd be stupid not to.
Well, say if Ings, for example, I think he's got 17 goals this season so far. If he continues the way he's playing, would he deserve that starting spot?
Personally, wouldn't put him over it because it's just a risk.
Yeah.
If you weigh up Danny Ings going up front for the Euros or Harry Kane, you're going to think, right, well, it's got to be Harry Kane no matter what because there's more chance of him scoring.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Jack, I think your welcome's a bit high, but you'll be fine. We'll go to United now. You're still with Ollie, still fighting for that top 4 spot. There's been a bit of inconsistency with the results. Knocked out of the EFL Cup as well by City in the semis. Still in the FA Cup though. What are you making?
We did win the away leg. Don't forget that, all right?
Yeah. But what do you make of United and the transfer window, of course, signing Fernandes?
The transfer window went up here to down here, back to up here, because we were so close to signing him. Then it was so far apart, and then we finally got him. So it took. This is what Man United do. They take ages to do they take ages to do deals. So you see what Tom said about Bergwijn. They got him done like that. We got Fernandes from the start to the finish of the transfer window.
Yeah.
Then we lost to Burnley in January, and we had a few other poor results. But if we had him, who could have known? Who would have known? I
think he lost to us as well, but we'll do it.
We just took too long with the deal, but now he's over the line. It's good. I think it'll be a good signing, but obviously one man can't change the whole team.
Yeah.
Still think we need a few decent players, but we need to get Pogba, McTominay back. Rashford, they don't help with long-term injuries to your. Well, this season we're nearly enough the three most important players. Pogba's played 5-7 games for us this season. That's it. He's been injured the whole season, so we need to get him back. But yeah, the transfer window I think was decent.
What do you make of that last minute Igalo signing? Obviously, you guys are a bit desperate for a striker. Did get him over the line, but is he long term or more short term?
Short term, definitely short term. I think the reason we don't do loans often, I think the last loan we did was Falcao, and we can see how bad that went.
Yeah.
But this is definitely unless he does like 20 goals in this space, which he won't. He's definitely probably going to go back. Look, we needed a body. Martial's struggling without Rashford, so we needed someone, especially with Dan James not doing as well as he started. He started well, but drifted off now. So we need another body. So you know what? He was a top scorer in the African Cup of Nations last year. So
yeah,
see what he's got. See what he can bring.
I mean, you mentioned Martial there. I mean, Roy Keane, I think after the Liverpool game, maybe the week after that, said Martial is just not good enough for United. He's not the right man for it. Obviously, we know Keane's not one to shy away from comments, but what do you make of it?
No, I don't believe that myself. I think he's got quality. Everyone can see that. I just think he's the type of player that needs confidence. So he can't do it by himself. He can't be the one to drop back, receive the ball, get in the box and score. He needs people around him. That's why him and Rashford linked up so good. Every time he came out, Rashford went in behind. But the people that same with now, Dan James ain't doing that. So I just think he needs to be playing with the right people. And the same with I know he's injured, but Rashford. When Rashford doesn't play with Martial, sometimes it doesn't work. So it's just he's a tough player now. So we just need to get Rashford fit, and then you'll see the best of Martial.
What do you hope for United by the end of the season? Is it top 4? Is it FA Cup, Europa? What is it?
Well, whether it's top 4 or winning Europa League, we need to qualify for the Champions League. No doubt we have to, because yes, you can say when we had Jose Mourinho, we signed Ibra and Pogba without Champions League football. But that's also Jose Mourinho. Oli, if we had him, I don't know, but if he's not going to go out and sign a massive player because they want to play for him, that just won't work. So we need Champions League football to give another reason for them to four players to come play for us. But
yeah, not just that, right? I know Man United is a big and rich club, even though apparently they're in debt or whatever. But when you're out of the Champions League for so long, that is going to mess up your the money coming in, because the difference is ridiculous. So if they don't get in the Champions League and get in the big money, they're going to start struggling for signings anyway. It's not going to be as easy as it used to be if it keeps happening.
I know.
And were you disappointed to maybe miss out on Erling Haaland? He seemed like a potential signing at the start of the window, moved to Dortmund in the end.
Yeah, he's doing very well, so it's a bit annoying, but you don't. Whether people say you need to market now, but you don't want to be. Yeah, we paid over the odds for Harry Maguire, but we need a centre back. You don't want to keep paying double what. So I don't know how much you went for Dortmund for, but probably if we came to us, we would have to pay double that and double that age as well. So if you keep showing that you're going to pay it over the odds, whenever you go to another club to buy someone else, they're going to say, okay, you bought him for X amount of money, so if you want him, he's going to cost this amount of money.
Yeah.
I get that, but we just need to. I think it is annoying because he does look fantastic, but would he have done it in the Prem?
Yeah, that is the age-old question.
Probably.
Then we'll move on to Arsenal for a bit. Obviously, Arteta's come in. The record itself isn't amazing. I think we've got 4 consecutive draws in the league now, but he's still in the FA Cup. We've got a good result against United at home, which I think was important. He's got players like Xhaka playing well again.
Yeah.
Obviously, Martinelli's probably been like the highlight of the season for Arsenal fans so far. Even down the week, starting to play a bit better. What do you guys make of this new look Arsenal?
I think you look good. I think there's a lot of patterns of play where I can see definitely Arteta, and like you can see he's worked under Pep.
Yeah.
See he's trying to do, but I still think he doesn't have the players to do that yet. So which is why you're drawing.
Yeah.
But it's looking good. See, that's the thing. You as soon as he came in, the first game you drew, but second and third game you could start to see where he was doing. You could see the patterns of play, the 1-2s, whatever. But so it's looking good for you, but you need to start getting wins because then it's gonna look pretty football for nothing.
Yeah. Then obviously you talk about striker problems at both Spurs and United. Lacazette at the moment hasn't scored a away goal in over a calendar year, struggling with goals at the moment as well with his longest drought at Arsenal. Tom, do you think maybe it's time to let him move on and replace him?
I mean, from Lacazette's point of view, I think he should move on anyway because he came before Aubameyang, didn't he? So he didn't even know Aubameyang was going to go. So he was thinking, he's going to be main man. He's not. He needs to go and be the main man again and build the confidence because when he was at Lyon, he was doing well and he had interest from a lot of clubs. He has got ability. Some would say he's better than Aubameyang in some aspects, which I would agree with, depending on what the aspects are. But him for himself, he has to leave. Arsenal, I'd say get rid of him because you get a lot of money. And I'm only saying this because they might say, but then we've lost the backup. But then I'd disagree and say, well, you got Martinelli, who I really rate a lot. So I would say that it'd be like a good thing for both parties involved if Lacazette was sold.
Yeah. Then, I think as an Arsenal fan, I'll be more than happy just to win the FA Cup this year because I think top four is just out of the question. Europa, I think with United, Inter, Ajax is even harder than last year, to be fair. So I think FA Cup's just the way for us. Then we'll move on to top of the league. Actually, no, we'll go top four first. Right now, I think it's occupied by City, Leicester, and Chelsea. Obviously, Liverpool top. Do we think it was still like that, or do you think maybe Spurs and even maybe Sheffield United, who are having an amazing season, can potentially go into it?
They won't get into it. You could say, is Wolves anywhere near?
Yeah, I think they're below Sheffield.
Yeah, them two won't get in. They won't get in. Especially as the season comes on, especially being inexperienced with how the season affects you Premier League wise later on, because it really does. I think they might drop off a bit, but Europa League maybe for them. With us, I don't know.
Everyone's just so inconsistent. It's so hard to predict.
Yeah, I still think Chelsea will get it, even though I think they're crap. I think Chelsea are crap, and they're the team that I think will get it. That's how bad I think Man United, Tottenham, and Arsenal are.
I agree with you. Yeah, I don't think Chelsea. I think Chelsea have been a bit lucky with results.
To be honest, I think a lot of Chelsea. Yeah, I think Chelsea fans are like they're letting it get to their heads, but they don't understand how bad we are. Like all of us, if we were just like average, like how we were. Well, to be fair, we were good in previous years, but if we were just a little bit less, we'd be in in there easy. Maybe even be higher than Man City because they're doing crap.
Yeah. What about Leicester? They're starting to drop off their pace a little bit, I think, towards the last couple of weeks. Obviously, a strong start. Vardy hasn't scored in a while, I think.
I think it's been the last month or so. I think
Yeah.
looking at their performances haven't been great. They got knocked out in the EFL Cup. Yeah, I just think, like you said, Vardy hasn't scored. He hasn't been on it. Their performances haven't been good enough. But I think they'll in and around. I think they'll still get it.
They could be tiring because they've started to play. Obviously, they played pressing football with Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah.
I think they could be tiring because it's getting to that bit of the season where they're thinking, "Oh, it's catching up with them."
Yeah.
Is that worrying as like the Euros coming ahead with Chilwell, who's probably back to start for England, Maddison as well, who's probably looking to get in the squad? Is it a bit worrying?
Well, look, that's football. Like, I know it'll affect English people more because we have the most intense football in the world. So if it was like Spain, obviously theirs is more like calm and like passing more, but ours is quite intense. So I understand, but that's football. You just got to get on with it. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can really do.
And then we will go to Liverpool now. I've only dropped points in one league game this season. Still in the FA Cup as well after beating Shrewsbury, but I think they play Chelsea now, so probably still play the youngsters again. Are they going to go not just 49 unbeaten, but the whole season?
Well, they shouldn't have done anyway. They should have lost or dropped. Well, I think they should have lost this season anyway, especially we had a chance to beat them. I thought in the first game we should have beaten them. Man United should have beaten them. Chelsea had a good game against them. I think it was Leicester who had a good game against them.
Yeah.
That's how you know they're a good team, because even when they're not playing the best and they're not the better team, they win. Or they won't lose, but they mostly win.
I mean, they are because they've won the Champions League last year, obviously, Club World Cup. And it looks like they will be possibly breaking City's point record as well from a couple of seasons ago.
It's 6 games. That's mental.
Yeah. And so are they looking on course to be the best Premier League team ever?
If they retain it next year.
Mm.
Does that mean Leicester? They're the best Premier League team ever because no one ever thought they would win it. But next season they didn't do that well.
The best Premier League team ever is either out of the unbeaten Arsenal or the 99 Man United team.
Per se, if Liverpool break all sorts of points record, because if they go unbeatable, then I guess that's like Arsenal's only thing gone as well. Would they have to last season as well? You say about next season. Last season we did they had an amazing season as well, 90+ points.
Yeah, they did. That's 100%.
All right, I'll say this then: if they win the Premier League this year and they retain the Champions League, they are the best ever English team. Because they'd have to be to get a back-to-back Champions League. Even if they didn't win the Prem, which they've done it anyway. But even if they didn't, I'd still probably classify them as the best ever. Because has any English team done that yet?
Nah, not like when it's been the Champions League, I think. So
there you go.
Then, what do you guys make of their selection in the FA Cup? Because some people have said it to be a bit disrespectful to other teams, because obviously they basically play the under-23 side. Do you think it's appropriate? Because they won the Prem, they've had so many games this season due to Club World Cup as well. Is it fair for Klopp to do it?
What I don't understand, right, is the only way I think it's disrespectful is to the Liverpool fans. Why are other clubs caring? If anything, it will help you out. I could understand if a Liverpool fan said they want to go for it and it's annoying them because he won't. Then I understand, but disrespecting the FA Cup, I mean, it is a good trophy, but if he's got
Premier League or the FA Cup.
Yeah. I mean, it's Premier League, Champions League, or FA Cup, Champions League.
They have a 2-week break to recharge their batteries and go for the last 13 games of the season. They're not going to risk a game against a
League One
match against Shrewsbury Town to risk anyone getting injured. The only thing, I don't have a problem because I don't care, but the only thing which I understand why people get annoyed is that he wasn't in the dugout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
That you shouldn't do.
That's the only thing. You're the manager. Whether you're playing your under 23s, they're playing a first team game. You're the first team coach, so you should be there. What is he doing? He's not recharging his battery. He doesn't run around 90 minutes each week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then, I think that's all the league action we missed. But yeah, I think I agree. I think the other clubs are just making a big deal out of nothing. But we move on now to just other news. Messi, obviously in recent days, I don't know if you guys heard, had a bit of a falling out with Abidal. It looks like, I think he has a clause in his contract that would allow him to leave in the summer if he wanted to. Do you think it's going to happen, or is it just a bit of...
Who's going to sign him?
No one can afford him.
Who's going to sign him? Not even Man United can
Maybe
afford
City
him.
Afford him with their owners. I don't think City could afford him.
No one can afford him. He's on. I swear, I could have sworn he's on like 800k a week.
No, I don't think it's that much, but
I think
it's high.
It's something like that. It's at least 600. It's
Probably,
not,
yeah.
And that's ridiculous.
I do think it's just a bit of gossip, nothing to it.
Yeah, probably. I mean, unless he cuts all his wages down by half, maybe you have a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously I think Premier League clubs today announced that the transfer window is going back to the end of August, which I think we talked about last time, which is better because that all other leagues moved to where we were, which just makes sense. Yeah,
it's needed.
Then I believe Tom, Christian Eriksen has gone to Inter Milan.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that? Do you think you've lost an amazing player in him?
Yeah, we've lost an amazing player, but he hasn't looked the same player, especially the start of this season, the whole of this season, and he looked like he was, I don't know, not getting bored, but he just needed a change. I'm not one of them fans that say, "Oh, I hate him" or anything like that, because if he wants to change, he wants to change. He stayed with us for 6.5 years, didn't win a trophy, but still loved playing for us. All right, we're going to lose a player, but you can't, I'm surprised we kept hold of Kane this long. It's ridiculous. So, I just think, I'm gutted that he's gone, obviously, but it had to be done. We needed the funds as well, because we couldn't let him go on a free. That'd be stupid. Yeah. And apparently they say that he's probably ruining the dressing room. I can't see that happening because, just by his personality, he doesn't seem like the player to do that. So, I hope he does well.
Towards the end of the window as well, there was a bit of speculation about maybe Gareth Bale returning. I think since then his agent has said it's unlikely that he'll ever return.
It's rubbish. There's no way.
Would you even want that move?
Oh, I'd love it. Bale's he's my favourite player of all time since I've watched him in my lifetime. That will not happen because we can't afford the wages. Not many clubs can afford his wages, and everyone was saying about a loan. A world-class player like Gareth Bale will not go out on loan. His agent even came out and said world-class players do not go out on loan.
Yeah. Well, I think that does wrap it up for this week. We've got the winter break coming up this weekend, so we'll see what we can do. Then Champions League is close to returning.
And
Europa League, of course. That's what we're all looking forward to. But yeah, that will be it for this week. Then, yeah.
Before I think it's time to